Welcome to the Jersey Oddcast with Joseph F. Berenato, Gabriel J. Donio, and me, Gina Rullo. It's your weekly dose of news, nostalgia, and New Jersey nonsense. This week, we're talking Election Day, from gubernatorial and assembly races to what's on the ballot right here at home in Hammonton, Winslow, Egg Harbor City, Vineland, and beyond. We'll remind you when and where to vote and why it still matters. Then it's time to fall back, check your clocks, and maybe catch some extra sleep. Unless you're chasing suspects in Winslow, which, according to police, someone should be. We've got updates on that fatal hit and run investigation. We'll also check in with Hammonton's Historical Society's November meeting, the Hammonton Airport RFP, and the town's upcoming Green Day celebration. Plus, a look at Folsom's final e-waste day, the new app from the library, and how to help with Winslow Township's coat drive. And of course, we got your favorites, the Rocco's Townhouse Community Calendar, the Odd Poll, and a new Oddcast Oddfact, and some surprises along the way. So grab your coffee or your tea, turn up the volume, and settle in, because it's all community, chaos, and commentary, and someone's got to do it. Gentlemen, how was your week?
My week was good. Actually, this past weekend, we took the grandkids to Boo at the Zoo at the Cape May Zoo, where
Oh,
both of them won third place in their respective age divisions for their costumes. So that was
what were they
nice.
dressed as?
That's
Piper was dressed in this really cute witch costume, and Jethro was dressed as Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's. And it was funny because when they were announcing the winners, when they came to him, they said, "We don't know what your costume was, but we liked it anyway," and then called his number.
Aw, that's
Yeah,
sweet. Uh, are are you wearing a costume right now?
I, uh, I,
What are you wearing?
I thought we were. I thought we were doing costumes. It's our Halloween episode, so I thought we
right.
were doing costumes.
Right.
But clearly, I was incorrect. But yes, I
Gabe,
Nice.
is that Star Trek?
It is. It's. I believe he's wearing Mr. Spock. I think,
indeed.
unless you're wearing Bones McCoy. Are you wearing McCoy or are you wearing Spock?
You can tell that it is a Spock costume by the braids on the sleeve. If it were McCoy, it
Ah,
would be one singular braid and dashes, but because it is two, it is Spock.
It looks like the
yeah.
fabric that we would find on footy pajamas.
Close. The original
Are you
costume.
wearing footy pajamas?
I am not wearing footy pajamas. No, I
Okay.
am not. Although I have been told more than once that the only people that other people know who love Halloween as much as I do are those who are still wearing footy pajamas. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I bet you many people. There's probably people wearing footy pajamas listening to this right now and
and
watching
you
this
know
right
what?
now.
It may be very comfortable. I don't
Could
own
be.
a single set, and I don't believe I've worn footy pajamas since I was like 2 because I
But what
tend
is
to
that?
Oh,
overeat in them.
Is that
I
polyester?
thought you,
Oh,
I am uncertain what it is.
I thought you had footy pajamas one time when we did a video at the paper.
No, you're thinking of my Grumpy Bear costume, but it was not footy pajamas. It had these covers almost like spats that went over my shoes.
Oh, I'm sorry for
close,
the mistake.
close,
I,
but no
I thought
cigar.
about wearing that for this broadcast, but I figured that I would
Now,
be a
now,
sweaty
Gina,
swamp monster by the end of it.
right.
So,
Now, Gina's made me feel better about something. Gina, you were wrong about the footy pajamas in that costume that he wore for Grumpy Bear. And I was
Sorry.
wrong last week. I was wrong last week. One of our keen eared
Write this day down, listeners.
listeners.
Write this day down. Gabe
I tell
Donio
you
was
what,
wrong.
so I talked about the commercial that I remembered as a kid. Where'd everybody go? And I said it was to Silos, but no, it was to Betson's, a furniture store that one of our again keen-eared viewer or listeners pointed out and took time. The oddball actually took time to contact us and say, no, it's not Silos, it's Betson's. So I was wrong, and I will say this: I'm so happy that people listen that closely. Are you? What do you guys think? That's pretty
not
cool,
only
isn't it?
listen. Not only listen that
Right.
closely, but care enough to reach out and let us know whether or not
I
it's
love it.
because they care or it's out of spite just to prove us wrong. I like that they're still listening.
Oh, I do too. And I love the fact
Yeah,
that
I
they
don't
sent
care.
the commercial.
Yep.
They dropped the YouTube link just to prove they're right, and
Yep.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I
When
love
they
it. I
come
mean,
with receipts
it's
and they cite their sources, 100%.
I love it. And I would say, I don't think there was spite and malice. I think this was more like, hey, you reminded me of something from my youth, but it's not the right thing. So you got the name of the store wrong. And I love that this person remembered it and took the time to get in touch with us. So thank you,
Oh
oddball
yeah.
out there, listener. You know who you are. It's appreciated. Thank you.
It's almost election day. And I'm hoping, Joe, that you can give us all the details on what's going on for election day, how to vote, and all that.
Well, I can give you the vast majority of them. Next Tuesday, November 4th, is Election Day. This year, voters will be choosing between Republican Jack Ciattarelli and Democrat Mikey Sherrill, both of whom are running for governor of New Jersey. For state assembly, voters in the 8th legislative district, which includes Hammonton and Egg Harbor City, will choose between Brandon Umba and incumbent Mike Teresi on the Republican ticket, and Anthony Angelosi and incumbent Andrea Katz on the Democratic ticket. In Vineland, voters in the 1st legislative district will choose between incumbent Assemblyman Antoine L. McClellan and Eric K. Simonson, both Republicans, and Democrat challengers Carolyn Rush and Carol Sabo. Voters in the 4th district, which includes Winslow Township, Buena, and Buena Vista, Democratic incumbents Dan Hutchinson and Cody Miller face Republican challengers Amanda Esposito and Jerry McManus. Now, for Hammonton's local seats, Republican Steve Fragioni faces Hammonton 1st candidate Tom Gribben, both current council members, for the mayor's seat. For council, Republican candidates Ray Scipione, J.D. Calderon, and incumbent Anthony Marino face Hammonton 1st candidates John Caruso, Kelly Donio, and incumbent Jonathan Oliva. In the Board of Ed race, there are 4 candidates for 3 seats: incumbent Barbara Berenato, Steve DeStefano, Tom Kelly, and incumbent John Lyons. Early voting is happening now. It runs through Sunday, November 2nd. The hours are Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For early voting, you can vote at any early voting site within your county, regardless of your municipality. And in Hammonton, the location is the Hammonton Family Success Center, located at 310 Bellevue Avenue. On Election Day, which again is Tuesday, November 4th, the polls open at 6 a.m. and close at 8 p.m., and you must vote at your specific assigned polling place. Gina?
That's a lot.
It is.
So I'm going to be very honest. Gabe and I voted over the weekend. And I love doing my civic duty. Try to do it as often as I can. I try to do the primary, the major election. When we used to have school board voting, I would do that too. So as I was leaving, there was a very lovely person there from the county election office. And she said, "Oh, thanks for voting." And I was like, "Thank you." And I was like, "Look, I really want a sticker because I want to work in Philly, and on election day, everyone there has stickers. We don't get a sticker." And they were like, "Oh, no, it's really expensive. We're saving taxpayer money by not getting stickers." I'm like, and I jokingly said, "Well, then just take it out of Atlantic County Clerk Joe Durales' salary because I want a sticker." So then I looked up how much stickers were, right? I voted stickers. So for 1,000
You're really
stickers,
on
it's
this.
Yeah,
it's
wow.
$5.50. There are 300,000 residents, ballpark 280,000 residents in Atlantic County, which I know not everyone can vote because they're not all 18 plus. But even if we did have it, it would be like $1,800, like shipping and all that, to buy 300,000 stickers or something like that. I want a sticker next year.
You're
I
really
don't think that's a big
fixated on
ask.
this. It's
Yeah,
not a big ask, but you did a lot of research for that. That's pretty. You
Did.
are
I'm just.
pretty. You are really laser beam focused on this thing.
I'm saying if you're gonna tell me it's your saving, I was like, oh my god, it must be really expensive. No, $1,800.
Now, what I would be curious to find is because in years past, we have gotten I voted styluses, little styluses. I don't remember the
They
last
didn't let
time
you. They didn't encourage you to take those.
they didn't. Oh, they didn't tell me otherwise. I just assumed it was mine. So,
Oh, you took the
whoops.
That might be
stylus?
a
Oh
COVID
well.
thing because they didn't.
Yeah,
That
it
was a
might have been
one-use COVID thing.
Oh,
because
We're not.
okay.
yeah,
We're not
because we
afraid
didn't.
of germs anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
don't.
Because I think
Because
that was the year that I got it.
I just signed with my finger. There was no stylus involved
I was
this
I
gonna.
used
time.
a
But
stylus.
I was gonna say I have to imagine that stickers are cheaper than styluses for every voter.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
listen,
If,
It's
if
even though
anyone
you
out
didn't
there
get a
works for
sticker,
county government,
yeah, you
Gina
want to
wants a sticker.
donate. You know what's important is that you did vote. I think is the main thing, and that you did, and
And
that's
now the
good.
whole
Good,
state knows that you did.
and I
This
think
was
that's
far more
important.
effective
And
than a sticker.
yeah, I think you way more broad. This broadcast is going to let people know way more than a sticker would have. Yeah, I voted, but it is important. All kidding aside, to get the message out there, get out and vote. Get out and vote, even if you don't get a sticker. Get out and vote and do your civic duty because these races are important. They do dictate what's the tone of the next few years for everything from governor on down to municipal elections. And I think
Oh yeah.
it's a great thing when people participate because I always say if you voted, no matter what, you can't complain that you didn't participate in the actual election. And that's the important thing.
Oh, that's exactly it. If you vote for candidate X and they win and they do a great job, you could be like, yeah, that's my candidate. If you vote for them and they do a poor job, you could be like, I can't believe that they're doing this. I can't believe I voted for this guy. If you voted for candidate X and candidate Y wins, you can complain about what a terrible job they're doing. But if you didn't partake in the process, you have no right to comment on it because everyone has the opportunity to participate in this process. And it's probably one of the most important things that we as citizens can do. And I know a lot of people are like, the big one, it's only the presidential election. No, the local ones are just as important because often, not always, but often, the individuals who move up into higher offices start at the local level. And I'm thinking of our current assemblyman, Michael Teresi. He started off as a councilman. Now he's in state government. And if he wasn't
Yeah.
on council, then he wouldn't have been able to build up the record that supported his bid for that office. So my apologies, every
Yeah,
office
that
is
makes sense.
important.
That makes sense. And also, I always say the municipal and the state and the county offices, the closer you get to these people, the more responsible they are to you because if you have to, they have to run into you at the checkout line. If they have to run into you on the street, there's more of a direct connection between the voter or the citizen of the municipality or even on the county and state level than there is on the federal. I always say that because there's less of a gap. So I think you should feel when you vote on particularly in your municipal, county, and state elections, that you're interacting with people who are going to be interacting with you, and that you should have some influence. And they know that. The elected officials know that.
It's an excellent point.
Fantastic. And we'll see what happens. We'll know the outcomes after next week. So we'll see what happens. If you're looking to move to Hammonton or anywhere in South Jersey or to relocate your business, there's one realtor we recommend calling.
Gina, that's Phil Carr of Crowley and Carr Real Estate. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or commercial property in South Jersey, call Phil Carr, owner of Crowley and Carr Real Estate. Crowley and Carr is the best place in town to find the best place in town. Call them at 609 561 0505 or go to Facebook or Instagram.
Gabe, it's your favorite time of year. It happens twice a year, isn't it?
Yeah, the time change is upon us. And look, I always say I hate the time change, but the reality is, I don't know. As I get older, I think it affects me less and less. So I don't have the same. But when I was younger, I really didn't like it. And so let's just get right into it. When is daylight saving time? For fall 2025, it daylight saving time will end on November 2nd, 2025 at 2 a.m., at which time it will reset to 1 a.m. Why do we change the clocks every year? According to the Farmer's Almanac, the idea behind daylight saving time was to give us more daylight during the summer evenings and then move it back to give us more daylight during winter mornings. And the question, will we lose an hour or gain an hour when DST ends, the daylight saving time? In the fall, clocks fall back 1 hour. You will gain an extra hour of potential sleep or play. So make the most of it. You're going to get that extra hour. and you can do with it what you like. Obviously, most of us will be sleeping the first day, the first overnight. But yeah, I think. What are your guys feeling on the whole thing with daylight saving time ending just on November 2nd coming up?
I don't mind it. Like, it doesn't really affect me. It's an hour, but I will appreciate having a little more or sunlight while I'm driving into Philly during the week. So
Yeah.
that part's good. And we have a lazy dog who's not going to get us up next Sunday and demand to go out an hour earlier. She'll be happy to sleep in later too. The dog is just,
Yeah,
she
Fenway's not
loves
going
to
to
sleep.
care. Fenway's
No.
not going to.
Yeah, I understand the principle behind it. It's only inconvenient for the first day or three while your body's still adjusting. Beyond that, okay, whatever. It's brighter in the mornings, it's darker at night. That 1 hour isn't going to make a difference to me one way or the other, whether the sun sets at 4:30 or 5:30. So whatever.
Mm.
I used to like when we were younger when it was every 6 months, and I believe it changed under George W. Bush. I think he was the one who moved it back to November from, I think, September or October, if I'm not mistaken. Because it used to be,
It used to be in
no
October,
pun
I think.
intended, like clockwork. But
Yeah, boy,
yeah,
it
Was
gets
it with
moved
the
around
equinoxes?
it might, I don't recall. It might have
nearer to
been,
them. I think
but
it
yeah,
was
but
nearer to them. It was pushed
it was
out.
almost exactly 6 months, but under Bush II, it changed to 8 months of DST and 4 months of EST, which I didn't understand because if the daylight savings time is longer than Eastern Standard Time, then wouldn't that then become the standard time?
You would think. This seems like a question for Chief Science Officer Spock. So I don't know if what would he say at this point. What would he say?
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Most
Exactly.
illogical.
That's right. That is right.
Thanks again, Ben Franklin, for this idea, and hopefully we can jump into the 21st century. What happened in Winslow last week, Joe?
I imagine quite a bit, but if you are asking for specifics, according to a release, police in Winslow Township are seeking a suspect in a fatal hit and run. On Saturday, October 18th at approximately 7:28 p.m., police were dispatched to Andrews Road and Lehigh Manor Drive for a person lying in the roadway. There, according to the release, police discovered that John Kitzmiller II, 36, of Sticklerville, was struck by a motor vehicle and left in the roadway by a vehicle that left the scene. It is believed that Kitzmiller was walking westbound in the middle of the road when he was struck. Winslow Fire and EMS responded and treated the victim, then transported him to Jefferson Hospital in Sewell, where he unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. The incident is being investigated by the Winslow Township Highway Safety Unit, and anyone with information is asked to contact Winslow Township Police at 609 567 0700.
That's horrible. It's just very sad to know that happened and there is no resolution. There's just so many unanswered questions in a very sad time for that family and his friends.
Yeah, our hearts and our prayers go out to them for sure.
Yeah, and the accident itself was tragic enough, and I think it's made doubly worse by the fact that the individual left the scene, and that always leads to complications for everyone, including the family who looks for answers.
Absolutely. If you're trying to read your ballot and you realize the words aren't that small, you just can't see that well, you need to call Hamilton Family Eye Care.
Yeah, if you're looking at that, voting machine and you're squinting a little bit, maybe it's time to see Hamilton Family Eye Care for routine and medical eye care for all ages, from glasses to contacts to eye exams and more. Visit Hamilton Family Eye Care at Peachtree Plaza, 80 South Whitehorse Pike in Hamilton. Call 609-567-7479 or go to hamiltonfamilyeyecare.com.
It's almost time to hand out candy. Joe, are you ready? Are you stocked? Are you ready for Friday?
I am. I have been stocking up. I don't like to grab too much ahead of time, and heaven forbid that it melts or it gets stuck together, or I
Eat it?
maybe dip
Yeah,
into a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, I try and avoid that as much as humanly possible. But for those of you not in the know, Hamilton's Trick or Treat will take place this Friday, Halloween, October 31st, from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Drivers are urged to exercise caution in neighborhoods where children may be out collecting treats. Please reduce your speed and remain vigilant to ensure a safe and enjoyable experience for everyone involved. And if I may make a personal plea to everyone,
We're
I,
listening.
I know that people on social media often ask, where is the best neighborhood to collect candy? And people come and they have offers. And yes, there are neighborhoods in this town and in other municipalities, I am sure, where they go all out. They've got the whole block is decorated the same. They've got archways and lights and music and dancers and the whole nine. And everybody flocks there because all the houses are giving out candy for everybody. But then the people who don't live in these magnificent like, Willy Wonka-esque candy factory neighborhoods, we're standing by the doorway or standing on our steps and we've got this whole basket of candy and we're like,
Feeling left out, Joe?
we're like, hey, where'd everybody go?
To Betson's, apparently.
Yeah, yeah. My plea is this. Yes, I understand that you want to go and you have want to have candy maximization for your child, but one of the joys of trick or treat is walking around your neighborhood. So if you see houses in your neighborhood on your way to these destination neighborhoods, stop. You will make their day.
I don't
Yeah,
disagree with that. We live a block from one of those neighborhoods, and some years we get a bunch of people, and some years we get very few because we live across from a school, so no one wants to walk the other side of this block because there's nothing there to go trick or treating. But we love seeing the kids all dressed up. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? We love that, but we get it. You know what I mean?
now, there's something to be said, Joe, for the serendipity of just walking through neighborhoods
Yeah.
and knocking on doors. And it's very old fashioned. We've had a lot of the trunk or treat things that now are more concerned with safety and things like that. But Halloween is still Halloween. Trick or treat is still trick or treat. And part of that is the serendipity of just not knowing what you're going to get when you open the door and there's
yeah,
somebody there. So I think people should fan out into the neighborhoods, like you said, and check out just your door to door people. If the light's on and if there's a jack o' lantern on the front porch, odds are they're going to have some candy for you.
yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
What are you giving out, Joe? What's in your candy? What do you like? What gets people excited? What are they going to get this year?
I usually make up treat bags. I take the time. Oh yeah, every year. My
Go trick or treating at your house.
That's what I'm saying. Like my grandfather used to do that, which considering like he was an old man and not overly welcoming all the time, but every year he would go and he would buy the bags and he would buy different kinds of candy and assemble them and have them. And then this way he was able to keep track of how many he had this year so that next year he knew whether he needed more or less. And I do the same thing. So I usually have one sort of chocolate product, one sort of lollipop, one like fruit type product, and mingle. If I've got a little Snickers, then some Starburst and like a Dum Dum because they're classics, Dum Dums. They're one of the few candies that I don't think has ever advertised anywhere, but people still enjoy them. I usually have Smarties in there because I like Smarties,
I
and
love Smarties.
yeah, and like a Skittles type product or something like that. So there's
And then do you put them like in those little sandwich bags that don't have the zip at the Ziploc top, or what do you put them in?
the like actual little treat bags, and then you tie them up with a twisty, and then you have them in a bowl. And when the kids come, kids of all ages, I don't care if you because obviously I like to dress up in costumes. So if you're of the Halloween spirit and you want to go out and trick or treat, I got some stuff for you too. It doesn't matter. But then each one gets a bag and their thing. And if they say, can I have one for my brother at home? Yeah, I don't care. Here's one for your brother at home too. Cool.
Mm.
And then this way I know this year I had 45. Next year I've got 85. 2 years ago I had 103. It helps keep track. And it's fun.
And
Gabe and I are not this scientific, are we,
no,
Gabe?
no, I think we buy big bags of candy and then we dump them in a bowl and hand it out. Here's the thing: no matter how you do it, there's no wrong way to do Halloween. I think
No.
Halloween is still one of those great fun holidays where everybody gets to be a kid again, and the kids get to be kids, and I think it's a lot of fun, and everyone should just partake in it any way they can. I love how Joe gets excited by it because to me, in life, what are we doing this for? You want to have a little fun. You want to have a little bit of enjoyment. And Halloween comes around but once a year. So
Yeah.
Everybody go out and have a good time and be safe. That's the other thing.
I
Be safe out there.
loved trick or treating. I couldn't wait to
Yeah.
get home from school and go trick or treating. Halloween is my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mommy Rullo.
Nice.
It was always a big holiday for us, but you get home from school, you toss on your costume, and you would go out the door. Now, we did not have times, it was pretty much after school, so you were done.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Wow.
And like I have so many great memories of going trick or treating. I always tell this story because it's like my favorite trick or treat story that always sticks out. I was trick or treating with my neighbor Joey, and his mom dressed him as a giant pumpkin. And she stuffed his costume with balloons. And so he's like this little kid, we're like little kids, so like maybe second, third grade. And he's like a giant balloon, a giant pumpkin, and it's all these balloons. And my mom's following behind in her car because we were independent little kids. And he's leaking balloons as we walk. So he starts out as this big fat pumpkin. And then by the time we get home, he's this emaciated gourd. I don't know how else to explain it.
That's great.
But
That's
that
great.
is like one of my favorite Halloween trick or treat memories. Do you guys have memories like that of yours from your kid childhood of trick or treating?
I just remember those old Coleco costumes with the mask, with the rubber band, and
Oh,
we had
those Don
The one you
Post
buy at the
nightmares.
drugstore?
yeah,
Yeah.
we had, and it came in the box, and we had two of my brothers were with me, and one was Darth Vader, one was C3 was R2D2, and I was C3PO, and we were the belle of the ball when we went around. Everybody, oh look, Star Wars, because it was back in that era. It was
Yeah.
we were kids when those movies were being played. So it was that's a great memory for me for Halloween because how people reacted to seeing the three of us show up on their doorstep. So that was a lot of fun. And I think the other thing I always remember is just in my neighborhood, we had a lot of kids and you knew everybody and you were walking up and down the street and it just made it such a special event because not just because of going out and trick or treating, but because you knew everybody on the street. And that was a kind of a fun, it was a fun neighborhood to grow up in for sure. Tilton Street in Hammonton, New Jersey.
I remember those costumes very well. The first one that I can remember, I was 2 and I was Casper. And the next year, I was Ernie of Ernie and Bert. And then after that, I didn't have to wear those anymore because I would have to remove my glasses in order to wear one of those masks. And that my vision is deplorable. And I would tripped over any and everything. And I've been wearing glasses since I was 2.5 years old. Excuse me.
Yep.
But then after that, I was Dracula. I was He-Man. I don't remember. I was a pirate in first grade. I was Dracula again in the second grade. And it was all homemade costumes after that. And when we were little, my mother would stay home and hand out candy. And my father would walk around with us on trick or treat until we got to, I think, maybe third or fourth grade. And then we went out with our friends. But it was always a good time. And it was back then, it was Saturday afternoon. So like from 1 to 3 or 2 to 4, whatever it was. And we'd go out and we'd walk around. And I remember walking around 13th Street and Messina Avenue and Grand Street where our family lived, stopping at Sacco's, the deli, when that was still a thing. And they would give out candy because that was right along the route there. And it was a good time. And I loved every minute of it. And I've loved Halloween ever since.
Yeah,
So great.
those great memories. Like we would be remiss if we didn't leave that from our youth and still on today. Obviously, it's the great pumpkin Charlie Brown, the TV show, and that was just something you waited for. Were we ever so young that you just waited for a certain night that TV show would be on as a special, of course, and they would
Yeah.
say it was a special, and just you think back to your kind of your youth and growing up, those are certain things that just are indelible because you think to yourself, wow, that I would wait to watch that show to get me in the spirit for Halloween.
Yeah.
And
And
it was a lot of fun.
And it didn't
Ye
matter if you had it on VHS. Like I've got it on DVD, on Blu-ray, because I'm nuts about peanuts.
Sure.
No pun intended. But
Ha.
there's nothing so magical as watching it on the night that it broadcast, even if you own it. It's an experience. It's an event. And you're right. It's a hallmark of the season.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could take it out and watch it in some random Tuesday in April, but it doesn't have the same magic as when it would air once
Yeah.
a year.
Originally. once a year. A lot of fun. A lot of fun around Halloween.
Yeah.
If your property needs to be fenced in to keep out all the ghouls and goblins that might be coming on Mischief Night, you need to call Master Wire.
Yes, indeed, because for more than 40 years, Master Wire Manufacturing Fence Company has been providing the South Jersey and tri state area with residential and commercial fence supplies and services. Whether you're looking for quality products that do it yourself or are in need of a trustworthy fencing company to install your fence, they've got you covered. Master Wire Manufacturing Fence Company provides the highest quality products and customer service to each and every person who walks through their doors or gives them a call. Contact Master Wire at 609 567 1616 or visit their website at masterwirefence.net.
Maybe you have some pumpkins stuck in your septic. You need to call Demeglio Septic and Quality Sanitation.
You do, and you also need to read the instructions and not flush pumpkins down your septic. But
Yeah.
if you
I know
do,
you've had a lot of toilet issues in the past, Joe, with things going down your toilet or being attempted to be flushed.
that was a water bottle, actually, and that's a story for another time. But in any event, Demeglio Septic and Quality Sanitation are here for a variety of services, including septic pump out, grease trap service, high pressure jetting, portable toilets, and more. Call 609 561 3597 or go to demeglioseptic.com for Demeglio Septic or call 609 561 4666 for quality sanitation. Experience the Demeglio difference, a promise of superior service, quality, and reliability.
Gabe, it's going to be November very quickly. The Historical Society will be meeting on November 6th. What is on their docket?
November 6th brings the Exploring Hammonton Sacred Spaces Part 2. That's at 7 o'clock at the Hammonton Canoe Club. And it's free and open to the public. No membership or RSVP required. 6 p.m. will be the monthly membership meeting for the Historical Society of Hammonton, followed by refreshments at 6:45, and then at 7 p.m. the speaker series will begin. So there will be a panel moderated by local historian Dave Murphy. There will be representatives from several congregations who will share the stories of their founding, growth, and lasting impact on the town's cultural and spiritual life of these houses of worship. Scheduled participants include Nicholas Fagnano, presenting on St. Joseph's Church, and Pastor Elliot Denick, presenting on Hammonton Baptist Church. Josh Cutler will discuss the history of Temple Bethel. The panel will be moderated again by Dave Murphy. They're hoping that everyone will come out for this engaging storytelling evening and reflection on community. This ongoing series will continue to feature additional faith communities in future sessions, ensuring that Hammonton's rich spiritual heritage is fully represented and celebrated.
I
Sounds
feel
like a
like
nice night.
Dave, yeah, I feel like Dave has become like our religious guide through Hamilton, like looking at Hamilton through the religious prism, and he really dives into all this knowledge, and he just has so much of it like tucked into his mind now. So it's gonna be a very engaging evening. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. Dave is very passionate about any and all religions, and
Yes,
he certainly knows his stuff.
Yeah, and I
for
give the
sure.
Historical Society a ton of credit for kind of doing a deep dive into this. All of these different houses of worship we have been here for decades and decades, and it's going to be a nice night again with this panel.
And that's November 6th, right?
Correct.
Correct. At 7 p.m. at the Canoe Club.
I am thinking of a song, Joe. Do you know what song I'm thinking of?
No, I couldn't even begin to venture a guess.
I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again.
Okay, is this about the airport?
Okay.
It's a
All right.
reach.
Yeah, I assume that is your segue.
Yeah.
The town of Hammonton has issued a request for qualifications, or RFQ, for a qualified fixed based operator, FBO, for the provision of comprehensive aviation services at the Hammonton Municipal Airport, due by November 17th at 4 p.m. According to the RFQ, The chosen FBO will deliver vital services, including aircraft maintenance, hangar rentals, pilot assistance, and customer support, all aimed at improving the airport's operational efficiency. This request aims to ensure a high standard of aviation services while complying with local, state, and federal regulations and safety requirements. The FBO is expected to deliver exceptional customer service and support to all airport users and enhance the overall operational performance at the Hammonton Municipal Airport. And the FBO must comply with all applicable local, state, and federal laws governing aviation operations, and all staff must hold relevant certifications and licensure, including FAA Airframe and Power Plant (A&P) licenses for maintenance personnel. And according to the RFQ, the FBO shall provide at a minimum aircraft maintenance and repair services, customer support services, and hangar and tie down rentals. Proposals can be mailed, emailed, or submitted to the third floor municipal clerk's office located at Hammonton Town Hall, 100 Central Avenue, or emailed to Hammonton Municipal Clerk Frank Zuber at fzuber@townofhammonton.org. And for a much more detailed list of qualifications and specifications, interested parties can visit the town's website at townofhammonton.org.
Sounds like a lot.
I would think so, yes.
I'm curious to see who applies or submits for it and if that's going to bring any change over there, but it's a little bit outside of my wheelhouse.
The airport's a component overall of the town. Town government has to do these things from time to time. You need an FBO. You need to have a fixed based operator to operate the airport. And I do think the airport, particularly in relation to uptown, downtown, and the business park, is another commercial area of our town. I know we don't always think of it that way, but it does bring commerce into our town.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, it does. Plus, you've got the state police over there. You've got the cafe over there. There's a lot going on over there.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah,
So this is a critical appointment. So hopefully there'll be some good applications for it.
Yeah.
absolutely. As we get nearer to All Souls Day, I think it's important to remember those who we've lost. And when you're in that difficult time, it's time to go to Marinella Funeral Home.
Gina Marinella Funeral Home has been serving the community since 1962 and has been family owned and operated for 3 generations. Marinella Funeral Home provides individually designed burial, cremation, and pre planned funeral services to meet the needs of each family. Ask them about how pre planning provides true peace of mind to your family. Contact the Marinella Funeral Home, located at 102 North 3rd Street in Hammonton, at 609 561 1311.
Thank you. St. Mary of Mount Carmel Parish is promoting several events that are happening. The first is the third annual Father Joe project in memory of Father Joe Capella. His relatives are collecting clothes for a clothing drive throughout this month. It started out with a few small donation and has grown to an unforgettable level of generosity from all who knew and loved Father Joe. No purchase is too small. If you have gently used children's clothing that you would like to have picked up, text 609 509 0099. There's an Amazon list. It is hoping to reach 2,000 items by the end of this month. You can go to St. Mary Mount Carmel Parish and open up the bulletin and scan the QR code to find the Amazon registry. There's also a potluck brunch and book discussion for the book Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. It meets Saturday mornings from 10 to 11:30 a.m. The next meeting will be November 8th, and then the 22nd and 29th. And they meet in the former St. Joseph Convent across from St. Joseph Church. It's an opportunity for fellowship and formation for all book lovers. That is something fun to look up. But let's talk about All Souls Day and All Saints Day. For Solemnity of All Saints, the Holy Day of Obligation, Saturday, November 1st, there's actually going to be a Spanish Vigil Mass on Friday, October 31st at 7 p.m. On Saturday, November 1st, there's going to be a Mass at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. at St. Joseph Church. And the 5 p.m. Mass on November 1st will not be a Vigil Mass for Sunday. The commemoration of all the faithful departed, All Souls Day, Sunday, November 2nd. That will be part of the regular Mass schedule. No Mass at Holy Sepulchre Cemetery. There'll be a 5 p.m. bilingual Mass at St. Joseph Church with the families of the deceased. All Souls Day Mass will be celebrated at the historical St. Mary in the Pines Cemetery, Saturday, November 1st at 11 a.m. That's at Jackson Road and Pleasant Mills Road in Pleasant Mills, New Jersey. The celebrants will be Father Jim Betts, Father Neil Dante, with music provided by St. Mary's in the Pines Ensemble, and all are welcome. Gentlemen?
It's great to see so many different events around those 2 days, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who will attend all of them.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are plenty of people who donate to the Father Joe Project. I don't know a single person who ever met Father Joe Capella who didn't have wonderful things to say about him. And
Yeah, he's desperately missed.
yeah,
But I think it's great to see his
very much
legacy
so.
going on. I think it's great to see this third annual Father Joe project. I think it shows the influence he had on so
Yeah,
many.
yeah, I 100% concur with that. And for the Mass at St. Mary's in the Pines, I bet that's going to be neat. I don't know if either one of you have been to St. Mary's in the Pines. It's ruins, essentially. It's a cemetery and the ruins of the church, and it backs right up to the river. And it's a cool location. It really is.
Nice.
I hope they have good weather for it. Before you go trick or treating or send your kids off trick or treating, make sure they have a well balanced meal so they don't get all sugared up. And you can start that by shopping at Bagley Annie's.
Right, Gina, at Bagliani's Market, they always say, we treat our customers like family. With a variety of custom cut meats, farm fresh produce, delicious cheeses, a full deli, and more, Bagliani's Market has something for everyone. They are famous for their wide variety of authentic Italian specialty products. Try their Italian bread and rolls, prepared foods, and homemade pasta. Follow their social media for weekly loyalty reward promos. Bagliani's Market is located at 417 12th Street in Hammonton. Call 609 561 0693 or visit Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Green Day is coming to Hamilton. No, not that Green Day.
Not that good.
The Green Day where we do things the right way and we celebrate and take care of Earth and we try to be more mindful in the way that we use products. So come join the Hamilton Green Committee's annual celebration with a great afternoon of arts, crafts, green vendors, free workshops, animals, live music, recycling, and more. And that will be Saturday, November 1st, beginning at 12 p.m. in Veterans Memorial Park. This is a lovely afternoon, generally 12 to 4 p.m. Walk on over if you're in downtown. There's always something interesting to see, so many different things you can learn. And this event has tried itself out in different locations. Love having it back in the downtown. I think that's a good fit for it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a positive event for the community.
Yeah, for a couple of years they had it at Hamilton Lake Park, and it wasn't as well attended.
Yeah.
It certainly gets more visibility and traffic and traction having it where it is. So I agree. It's a great location for it.
Yeah, it's way more visible, and I like that you can go in. The historical museum is right there. All you can walk up and down from the downtown in the downtown
Mhm.
area. And I also like the idea that Green Day has really become, at least even though it's moved around, it's been a consistent for quite some years now. And people at one time, what was a kind of fringe thing is now a mainstream
Mm.
thing. And I think that's really the change in the last, let's say, decade. It's really become part of the fabric of all the community events that we have. So, congratulations to everyone involved with that, and good luck.
Do you remember, Gabe? I don't know, maybe almost 20 years ago, one of the first ones, Mayor John DiDonato like sorted recycling and he was like covered like I think he wore trash bags so he wouldn't get himself all dirty. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he was showing how to do the different things that go in the recycling toters and from the ACUA. And that was the idea.
Yeah, yeah.
And the idea of how you would do the recycling now using the toter instead of what was just whatever you put out. We used to have the blue buckets and
Yep.
things
Yeah, it
like
Yeah.
was
that.
blue buckets.
Yeah, so it's
So we went to single stream. Yeah.
yeah, so that I do remember that. I remember distinctly him doing it long time ago, but 20 years ago.
Yeah. Almost just about. It is almost time for Folsom Borough's last e-waste day coming up on November 8th. Gabe, what are the details?
Gina, that is coming up on November 8th, and that's the Folsom Borough Residential E-Waste Drop-Off Program. It's going to be on 11/8/2025 from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1461 Backline Road. The following items will be accepted: computers, keyboards, VCRs, scanners, DVD players, tape players, monitors, stereo equipment, typewriters, printers, TVs, laptops, modems, telecommunication equipment, fax machines, mouses, radios, answering machines, and telephones. There's a trip back through time with all
Yeah.
that, yeah, for sure. We recycle anything with an electrical cord or that operates on a battery, and all electronics brought in for recycling must be whole and not stripped of its components. And this is for residents only. No businesses involved, and there should be bring proof of residency with you
Okay.
Who still has an answering machine?
or a fax machine.
Oh, the government
Yeah.
still has fax machines because we all have dealt with someone at some point and they're like, fax this to us. Who has? I got to go
Yeah.
back in time to get a fax machine. No, can't I just email it to you?
Do
Yeah,
you,
I can understand the fax machine, but the answering machine.
there you go.
Gina, it's your mother. No, I never actually had one. I always had voicemail.
Did you never had a
Really?
tape? You never had a tape
Nope.
at any point? Is that right? Like
Oh,
Jim
Not
Rockford
in my adult life.
on the
Nope.
Rockford Files.
wow.
That's wild
Oh
that
yeah.
you never.
I used to have an answering machine, absolutely, with the little micro
Sure.
cassette.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. And then
Wow.
how about that thermal paper going way back
Oh, the
to a
old
fax
fax
machine?
paper. Oh, that was
Huh?
terrible.
Remember that?
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah.
I applaud Folsom for having this. I would love to see our Hammonton. Selfishly, I'd love to see them do one because it'd be benefit me. But
It's a nice event, and I hope everyone will bring their e-waste over there so that it can be properly disposed of.
Assuming that there's not a museum that wants their fax machine.
I wonder if our next sponsor still has a fax machine because I'm sure he probably had to use one. You know, what I mean, do you think Michael DeRose at Diversified Insurance still has a fax machine?
Oh, I bet money on it. Absolutely. I would
Really?
100%, but yes, yes.
Okay.
Although it's probably in a closet somewhere because he doesn't list a fax number. But in any event, see Diversified Insurance for all your commercial and personal insurance needs. They are a value added firm. They provide unsurpassed service, consult with you to determine your needs, and offer you a choice of insurance plans and programs. They are a value hunter who can find the best combination of coverage, service, and price. Contact them today at 609-567-7771 or visit their website at diversifiedinsuranceofnj.com, where if they have a fax number, it should be listed.
So did you download the new app yet, Joe?
I cannot download the new app yet, no. So
Why
no,
not?
I since you asked, I'll get to it. There's a new app for the library. According to the Atlantic County Library System, the old ACLS mobile has been retired. Patrons will need to download the new app and remove the old one to continue enjoying their services. The new version is now available in the Apple App Store. To find it, search Atlantic County Library. For Android users such as myself,
Oh.
the updated version is scheduled for release in the Google Play Store. Good heavens. By October 29th. So I can't do that yet.
Sad.
Patron pins have been reset to the last four digits of your primary phone number listed on your ACLS account. If you have trouble signing into your account or online services, please contact your local library branch. A staff member will be happy to help you update your PIN. You can also reset it yourself by clicking Forgot My Password when signing into your library account online. And the library recommends that you use this as a good opportunity to create a stronger, more secure password. And the ACLS, as always, appreciates your patience and hopes that you enjoy this new and improved experience.
I downloaded it.
Okay.
How is it?
It's nice, it's very clean, but I don't really go to the library to get books or anything like that. I am more of a I like the audiobooks, so that's or what do you call it? Digital books. I still need to use the other app. I need to use Libby for that, I think, still. But it's good. I've downloaded it. It's very clean, nice, very user friendly. I think our libraries are really the hidden gems because they're not just for books. There are so much more techie things that you can do with them. And we had this discussion at work a couple weeks ago because one of my colleagues is a big crafty person. And so she goes to the library to use their Cricut, and she'll tell her fiance, "Look, I'm gonna be at the library for a few hours." But she's really going to Cricket. She's not going to read or research. Like she's there for the tech side of it, which I think is super cool that they have all that
When you
now.
say cricket, do you mean the cricket machine where you make all the?
Yeah,
The
Okay.
crafting
the
machine,
crafting
Yeah.
yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about the library. They're really
Not
hubs.
Jiminy.
They're not Jiminy Cricket. They're hubs for a lot of different things now. And I think that's the programming that's there, along with the app and everything that they're doing. There's constant outreach.
Hmm.
And I think the libraries used to be somewhat stagnant in some ways that the only reason you'd go there, check out a book, get out. But I noticed over the lifetime I've lived in Hammonton. The Atlantic County Library branch here has always been very active and proactive in engaging with the community. And I think this latest app is just another example of that from the county library system.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll sign off on all of that. And that branch has been active back when they still called it Atlantic County Library West.
We
Yeah.
So,
never liked that title.
No, we never liked that. We changed that at some
well,
point. They changed that, which was nice. I think they just wanted it to be Western Atlantic County's library. But I always felt every other branch was named after the town it was in, except for this one. I do
maybe
remember the West.
maybe Atlantic County Library Hammonton was too long to fit on some sort of form, so they shortened it. I don't know, but
Well, I think it was. They've always thought of Western Atlantic County in the county as one area,
yep.
like Southern New Jersey or Upstate New York. So I think it kind of came from that. But then finally, that change was made. I think Jimmy Kershaw, when he was on the county then freeholder board, now commission, was involved with that change. But we could check that.
Yeah. I,
Possibly.
maybe that's beyond the scope of my knowledge.
Okay.
The Winslow Township Police Department's Community Partnership Food and Coat Drive is continuing through November 30th. They are collecting non perishable food, new and gently used winter coats, hats, and gloves. All donations will be given to the Community Care Food and Clothing Pantry right in Winslow Township. It's on Sicklerville Road. Collection bins are located in the police department lobby, township office lobby, or you can give items directly to any Winslow Township police officer. It says, "Together, we can make a difference." It's getting colder out there. With the federal government not in session, there is a chance that SNAP benefits could be lost. So there is a concern with people who may not know where their next meal is coming from as November progresses. If you can afford it, please donate food and winter hats, coats, gloves, etc. are always in need in all sizes. So again, that's a really worthy donation. Please visit Winslow Township if you are able to donate.
I don't know that I could add anything. You said it other than I concur and support that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have extra coats and stuff in our closets. You know what I mean? There's a lot of us who do. Take one that you're not haven't worn in 2 years and make a donation.
Yeah. Think about others in need at this time, particularly as it gets colder. People who need a little bit of warmth. And if you have the warmth in your heart, donate your coat, donate your different clothing items if you can, wherever you can.
Yeah.
Gabe, you have a very long community calendar coming up, don't you, my
I
friend?
do. There's lots of events in a short period of time. And before we get into it, I want to talk about Rocco's Townhouse. Rocco's Townhouse prides themselves on being a spot where everyone can meet and eat. Delicious appetizers, entrees, burgers, and more, along with a full bar and plenty of craft beers on tap. Remember, everyone meets at the Townhouse, 21 North 3rd Street in Hammonton. Call them at 609 561 9384 or visit roccos.townhouse.com. And now the Rocco's Townhouse community calendar. And you're right, Gina, it is a little lengthy this week.
But it's Halloween.
We're trying to round up all the fun, spooky, and seasonal happenings across South Jersey in one little calendar burst, so here we go. On Friday, October 31st, get ready to dance with the spirits at the Mullica Monster Mash Halloween Party at the Sweetwater Marina and River Deck. The party runs from 8 p.m. to midnight with live music from King Richard Band, costume contests, drink specials, prizes, and giveaways. Tickets are $20 at the door, and it's 21 and over only. It's the perfect way to end October in true South Jersey style. On Saturday, November 1st and Sunday, November 2nd, rev your engines for the 26th annual Nesco Vintage Dirt Street Bike Show and Swap Meet at 3610 Nesco Road in Hammonton. Saturday features the Swap Meet and Track Day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., while Sunday brings the Big Bike Show and more swapping from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Admission is $5 for spectators, kids under 12 are free, and it's $15 to enter your bike. On Sunday, November 2nd, there's no shortage of good causes and great fun this weekend. Start your morning at the Pine Barren Venom Jeep Club Food Drive from 9 a.m. to noon at the Cathedral Event Center, 499 South Egg Harbor Road in Hammonton. All proceeds benefit the number one hungry EHC food pantry. Bring non-perishables, rally your friends, and help fill the shelves for local families in need. Then head to Mays Landing for the Funny Farm Rescue Fall Festival fundraiser running from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 6908 Railroad Boulevard. Enjoy hay rides, food trucks, live music, crafts, and family fun. Meet author Laurie Zaleski for book signings throughout the day and support the beloved animal sanctuary. And then on October 29th, 30th, and October 31st, are you looking for one last Halloween thrill? Take a lantern-lit journey through history on the Folklore Lantern Tours at Bastow Village in Wharton State Forest. Tours begin at 6:30 and 8 p.m. From the Bastow Mansion porch and last about 75 minutes. Tickets are just $10 per person. But hurry, they're going fast. Call 609-561-0024 to reserve. So whether you are looking for good scares, good deeds, or a good time, South Jersey has you covered this week. More information about these events can be found online. Guys, it's an action-packed few days, and I think if you're looking for something to do, there's plenty to do.
Yep,
That was a lot, Gabe. Thank you for doing that.
that was a lot, indeed.
We appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, if people are out at these events, shouldn't they be wearing Oddcast gear instead of their Spock shirts?
It would be the logical thing to do, yes.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been keeping that one in my pocket. If you want mugs to walk around with, excuse me, we got them. Tumblers, magnets, hats, and of course, always rep your t-shirt. You can find all of it at jersey-oddcast.printify.me.
You can get your Italian sorbet shirts there now, too.
You absolutely can get your Italian sorbet shirt there.
Shirts.
Italian, that's a tongue twister that I wasn't expecting.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Very
Italian sorbet shirt there. Okay, got it.
Or
Yeah.
in your Oddcast era if you're a Swiftie.
Yeah, that reference is still lost on me, but it's a cool looking t-shirt.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Whatever. I don't know how much I can add to that one.
Yep.
Let's talk about the Oddcast Oddball because I've got a doozy of a question. When it comes to trick-or-treat candy, you're a full-size bar of royalty, a mini-size traditionalist, a raisins and toothbrush villain, you know who you are, and you eat it all before the kids arrive.
I like minis. I'm going to go right on the record. I don't really eat minis any other time of year. So I like the little mini versions of your favorite sweet treats. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, also of the mini family. I don't know that there are too many raisins and toothbrush people left around. Thankfully, I understand if your purpose is
It's allergen friendly.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're afraid of that, if you're in the Teal Pumpkin Project group, okay, but have that as an option, not as the only one, because at least when I was a kid, if someone had handed out raisins and toothbrushes, they're the same people who would tape together 9 pennies and put that in your bag. We'd remember that house.
Yeah,
We
you
had a
wouldn't go
house.
back.
We had a house growing up that gave out full-size Cadbury bars,
Oh my! Where they even they have those imported?
and
They weren't
I'm
available
talking like
often back
40
then.
years ago.
Yeah,
Right?
it was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
And
Yeah.
I was such a stupid kid. I did not appreciate it Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want this. Isn't Hershey's. You know what I mean? And my mom's, you're an idiot. And I'm like, and now I'm like, I was such an idiot.
Yeah, because
And it
that.
was a scary house. You got to be brave to go there. Oh, I cursed myself.
So you went to the scary house, and if you made it, you got like full size Cadbury bars. So like the juice was worth the squeeze with that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for
Yeah.
sure.
What an
Sure.
expression.
You
For
never heard
sure.
that?
I do, but it just
Yeah.
is
It's just
such
the
a
way you
random one.
say it. It's just the way you say it, I think.
Well.
But that's all worth it. It's all worth it.
Oh my God, Joseph. Oh, wow. If your house is overflowing with candy wrappers next week, you might need to call United Roll Off for a dumpster, or maybe your home is doing a major renovation, or your office and business really just needs reliable dumpster service. Why do we call United Roll Off?
Gina, you call United Roll Up because you're looking for exactly that fast, reliable dumpster service. Call United Roll Off Service and Recycling LLC, family owned by the Grasso family and proudly serving South Jersey since 1999. 3 generations strong, United Roll Off is your local solution for household cleanouts, construction debris, concrete, and yard waste, with 11, 20, and 30-yard dumpsters ready when you need them. Serving Hammonton and all of Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cumberland, and Gloucester counties, they've got the size, service, and local touch you can trust. Visit them at 735 Wiltsey's Mill Road, Hammonton, or call 609 561 8287 to get started today. United Roll Off, local, loyal, and ready to haul.
This week's Oddcast Odd Fact is for all the Boss fans out there. With the Bruce Springsteen biopic now in theaters, the New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission, which is part of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, announced that Deliver Me From Nowhere spent a total of $41.8 million during its 31 days of filming in the Garden State. The movie, which filmed in 16 towns across the state, utilized the NJEDA's Film and Digital Media Tax Credit Program. Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Jeremy Allen White, is about the Nebraska album of Bruce Springsteen's from 1982, I believe. During filming in New Jersey, the production hired 500 crew members and had an average daily spend of 1.3 million. The production spent $552,000 on lodging, $429,000 on catering, $1.7 million on extras, $79,000 on tolls, love that fact, and $2.2 million on wardrobe. Deliver Me From Nowhere filmed in Asbury Park, Bayonne, Chatham, Denville, East Rutherford, Freehold, Harding Township, Jersey City, Montague, Montclair, Mountain Lakes, Newark, Orange, Rahway, Rockaway, and Roseland. I just think that's great. Like $41.8 million in 31 days.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
Yeah.
like, did we give them a break because they were making a movie about the boss? That's that. If that's what filming costs in New Jersey, then I think that should really be an incentive for other projects to come and film here, because insofar, like in comparison to other locations, that's affordable. And that's great that they
Yeah.
spent, and they had. You can't make a movie about the boss and film it in Colorado or Canada.
Oh, not in
No,
Kansas.
but
No.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more coming with obviously Netflix studios coming to Fort Monmouth.
Yeah.
You're going to see more and more of this and more filming. It's already happening. So the Garden State has now become a cinematic hub, and I think it's only going to increase in the coming decades. So this is just the beginning. This is just the
As,
Well,
beginning.
as it
it's
should
also,
be.
and it's diverse in a compact area. You know what I mean? You have the beaches, so you could do sets down there. You have that gritty North Jersey. You have the farmland all over the state, the horse component too, the equine culture. So it's got a lot going on for the Pinelands. The only thing it really doesn't have is like a desert.
Yeah, and if you get really creative with a camera angle, you've got like a mile of beach down at Wildwood. You could fool somebody.
Yeah,
You
you
really
could.
could.
You can do it. You can do
Yeah,
it,
like
or you certainly can replicate it on a soundstage somewhere.
yeah.
So there's things you can do.
But
It's got good diversity. It's got the mountains in the north. It's got
yeah,
stuff down here, the pines. There's just a lot that go for external wise, and plus you can build all the sound stages you
yeah.
want.
And considering that the film industry started in New Jersey essentially
Yeah,
with Tom Edison, then I think it's about time that it's come back here.
and the
For
food's
sure.
better in New Jersey.
Oh, no doubt about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like these actors and film crew members are finally getting a decent bagel, a decent slice of pizza. They're not getting that in California.
For
No,
sure.
no,
Not
they're
happening.
not. No, no, no.
But I thought that was a good Oddcast Odd Fact. Although Nebraska is not the album I would make a movie about, but what do I know? I am not a filmmaker.
Hey,
Yeah, it's a little sad for me.
Ah, they wanted dark. You know how that goes.
I
yeah,
do.
nothing wrong with a little melancholy.
Joe, will we have good weather for the Halloween parade on the 29th, for that lantern tour on the 30th, and for trick or treat on the 31st? What's our weather looking like?
It's looking a little iffy, and since you asked,
Oh, should someone
it's
call
Yeah.
Bob Shank? Are we worried?
no, we're not necessarily worried. And it's New Jersey. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. But since you asked,
Yeah.
it sounds like it's time for the Oddcast forecast according to the app on my smartphone and sponsored by Ben Castone Landscaping. Call Ben Castone for all your landscaping needs at 609 561 3452. They're here to keep your yard looking great no matter what the season. And this year, Ben Castone Landscaping is celebrating its 25th anniversary. Ben Castone thanks his customers, family, and friends for all their support and is looking forward to many more years of service. And like I said, iffy. Wednesday, during the day, it's supposed to be mostly sunny, partly cloudy, but then there is a possibility of showers at night with a high of 60 and a low of 46. Thursday, it looks to be rainy most of the day with a high of 60 and a low of 50. And Friday, rain in the morning and then clearing at night, hopefully in time for trick or treat, with a high of 60 and a low of 44. So iffy. It really is iffy.
We'll do the best we can.
Sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do the
Yeah.
best we can.
Yeah.
We will still have candy, trick or treaters. We will be there even if it's wet.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah, that's why they invented umbrellas and raincoats.
Yep.
If people want to call us, Joe, if they want to email us, what do they need to do?
For more information or for sponsorship opportunities, email us at jerseyoddcast@gmail.com. Call us at 609 444 6178. Listen to us on YouTube or your favorite podcast service. Visit our socials on Facebook, Instagram, or Bluesky, or visit our website, jerseyoddcast.com.
Thank you. And thank you both for a great episode. We'll see you next time because we'll be back next week with more chaos, commentary, and community because someone's got to do it. Have a great
Indeed.
week. Don't forget to vote.
Happy
Bye.
Halloween, everybody.
Happy
See ya.
Halloween.